With Special Booster 2.0 quickly approaching, it's no surprise that I'm going to start looking at potential builds for this format. East, a gentleman, scholar, and fellow content creator for the Digimon card game, recently highlighted the potent EX5 engine of Purple Lordknightmon. For English viewers, if you haven't checked out this video, I definitely recommend it, as this will be one of the top tier decks potentially here in the English format. The link for the video is in this description below, and goes through a play-by-play on the combos and more. And while there is also room to consider for the Darkknightmon Lordknightmon as a concept, is there another avenue to explore? As always, if you enjoy these types of videos, do consider liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and hitting that notification bell for more future content. I pondered over what other variant you could potentially do with Lordknightmon, and with its colors in black and purple, well, there's one other avenue to explore with this Digimon, and it's the Royal Knight fashion. Because of this, I'm going to borrow from the majority of the Dorumon line, and in addition to this, some SOC Tamers. While Marvin Jackson might not be as effective with the top end, this is where Kosuke Kisakata could do the heavy lifting. While the purple build undoubtedly has a much easier time with memory efficiency, what's to stop you from utilizing the powerful effects of de-digivolving from black? Starting with the utility of the Tamers, Kosuke Kisakata is a memory fixture that can mind link with X Antibody and SOC trade Digimon. While there are only 3 targets that this card cannot mind link to, the fact that Lordknightmon X has the X Antibody now makes it a viable target. Despite this, your Lordknightmon X can gain blocker and potentially be a 15,000 DP blocker. On the flip side, Marvin Jackson provides no additional benefits for the Lordknightmon cards, because they are neither SOC, nor are they machine or cyborg in trait. But one element with Marvin Jackson assists with the fact that you can trash certain cards, whether they be the Dex line, and even set up your trash for Lordknightmon's effect. Combine these with elements of Agumon from BT17, BT17 Dorumon, and dexdorugamon, your Digimon has the potential to reboot into a big beefy blocker that sits on board. Because of Lordknightmon X's ability, you are able to force your opponent's Digimon to de-digivolve 1, and then prevent them from digivolving the turn you go into this Digimon and through their turn. But other than this Tamer giving you the additional keyword effects, and specific Digimon that can proc their on-play effects, this also explores some memory efficient ways to play the deck as well. Of course, you're going to run the defensive training option cards to glean the top 2 cards for a black card, and then choke your opponent on memory. You're also going to utilize black memory boost for additional memory at a later turn. And while East did discuss and mention the scramble option cards, unfortunately we will continue to be without them for at least the next month and a half. Patience, Tamers, patience. We will have these cards soon. But memory tricks wise, there are a few ways to utilize the memory. With Dorumon, you could be tucking sources via dorugreymon's effect, or even tucking the protoform to digivolve up the line. In doing so, your normal 2-cost digivolutions become free, and your 3 costs for dexdorugamon become 1. The same applies here for even Lordknightmon X. As for the meme text to consider for the build, there are 2 cards that I would specifically like to highlight. Number 1, Sister Mont Blanc is actually kind of hilarious in the build for 2 reasons. Number 1, it helps with your consistency while also acting as a decoy target for Lordknightmon and Lordknightmon X, since, you know, both of these cards are now black Digimon. And number 2, because both these Digimon are Royal Knight trait, this also gives that passive decoy for that reason. But the last meme card to consider for this build is going to go to Jesmon GX. Jesmon GX offers you the ability to tuck a Royal Knight Digimon card with a play cost of 13 or less from your hand or trash. Then activate one of that card's when digivolving effects. Following this, you blitz. Again, you could be activating that when digivolving effect of Lordknightmon X, or even the when digivolving effect of Lordknightmon. Regardless, with Lordknightmon X, you instantly de-digivolve your opponent's Digimon, then stop your opponent's Digimon from digivolving until the end of their turn. Ace Digimon, no more. Did I mention that while you have a card with Royal Knight in the traits, this Digimon gets Piercing, Blocker, and gains Security Attack +1 for each such card? With 2 Lordknightmons and 1 Lordknightmon X, you could be checking not just 2 security, but potentially 4. And while this Digimon would normally cost 5, you have a slew of cards that could either gain you memory, reduce the memory cost by 2, or even gain you memory such as the likes of Dorumon. Coupled with the variety of reboot inheritables you have, and now you have a giant blocker as well. Conveniently, this Digimon can also get some memory back in the form of protoform. So now the question, what does the deck profile look like for my preliminary thoughts on how to start exploring this deck? You could utilize Dorimons that draw when you slot a Digimon into the sources, but memory gain via deleting a blocker is also valuable, since you know, collision. Level 3s put you in use with the BT17 agumons, though you could omit this altogether and just go all dorumons and even slot in some floodgates. What I love about BT7 Dorumon is that this Digimon can find a lot of your pieces, and even provide you a memory return when you slot a card into the Digivolution sources. At the same time with this Digimon, this card can find anything in the deck, minus the Lordknightmons, and some of your option cards. BT16 Dorumon can start tucking your Kosuke Kisakadas, and in essence, play them for free. But the aspect of the other Dorumon gives you reboot. And of course for me, I am going to 1-tech 1 Sister Mont Blanc for the decoy, and of course consistency. Level 4s, you have your airdramons for tucking Marvin Jackson and getting that Digivolve on play and when Digivolving. Note that ratio-wise, you'd probably run less airdramons to Marvins, because if airdramon is deleted, you do have a way to play it back via Lordknightmon. Your last tech card is the newest deltamon for its on play, on deletion, and when Digivolving effect, which honestly makes it beastly for the removal of a level 4 or lower Digimon. And then of course the dorugamon and dexdorugamons as the standard package. With the level 5s, you've got one copy of BT7 Dorugraymon who can only tuck Antibody Digimon, and they must be black. This means that you could theoretically tuck even Lordknightmon X and Jesmon GX because if you have the protoform in the sources, this offers you a way to recover the Digimon itself when it would leave play. But the same can be applied with BT13 Dorugraymon because this also prevents DP reduction while also filling your trash. And of course, dexdorugamon for a layer of protection from deletion based effects, while also deleting Digimon with a play cost of 6 or less. Lordknightmon can on play and when Digivolving, play a level 4 or lower Digimon card without paying cost. In addition, when any of your opponent's Digimon attack, you can redirect the attack to this Digimon. While Lordknightmon X has piercing, collision, and additional buffs for your Digimon with Knightmon in their text, that's some crazy value. Option card wise, you're going to go for maximum consistency with 4 defense training and 1 black memory boost. As for your X antibodies, 2 protoforms seems like the right direction. But again, this is an early rendition of what I'm considering for the deck, and overall I'll probably play the purple version because my wife loves purple cards. I've already discussed the Tamers heavily, but for this, it's a quick 3 Kosuke Kisakadas and 3 Marvin Jacksons. Generally, what are your thoughts on this deck profile, and which variant are you wanting to play when it comes to Lordknightmon and Lordknightmon X? Darkknightmon? Purple? Or the SOC X Antibody engine? Let me know your thoughts on this video as I start exploring the many archetypes of Special Booster 2.0. This is DIGI-PANDA, logging out.